Let me tell you something. I'm trying to be careful here when I say this too. You see, we tend to make decisions in life based on how we see ourselves. If you don't respect yourself, you're going to end up making choices that are naturally going to humiliate you and embarrass you and only corroborate the low opinion you already have of yourself. Does that make sense? That's not psychology. This is Bible. If you hate yourself, you can easily gravitate toward all kinds of self-destructive behavior. Things like drug and alcohol abuse, risky sexual encounters, self-mutilation, overeating, you name it, people do it. And little by little, they are literally killing themselves. And they know it. I said they know it. You see, there's a part of them that say, I'm only getting what I already deserve. If I hurt myself, if I kill myself, why does it even matter? There's nobody there that cares. There's nobody there that understands. Nobody cares what happens to me anyway. I'm not asking for a show of hands here, but there are people in this building who have felt that way. You know, when we go down that road, you know, we can dig that hole pretty deep. And we can make all kinds of disastrous decisions that it ends up taking us years to dig our way out of. I don't know who you are, and it really doesn't matter that I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, don't you think that it's about time that you stopped punishing yourself for stuff that you did in the past when you were young and naive? Don't you think that you've held on to that unresolved anger long enough? Yes, they hurt you. Yes, they abused you. Yes, they wronged you. It contributes to your shame. But don't you think that it's time to start forgiving people and letting go of hurt? Forgiving even those who were there supposedly to protect you and preserve you, and they're the ones who hurt you. Come on now, I know what I'm talking about. I don't live in a vacuum here. And neither were you raised by angels. Some of you have done well to do as well as you've done. Don't you think maybe it's time that you let bygones be bygones? Stop trying to punish. I think the Lord is trying to tell us, hey, it's time. Bury the hatchet. Let it go. Tie it off. Forget about it. And live your life as God intended, without that shame, because you are worth something very precious to Almighty God. You're holding a grudge against yourself, and you need to let go of that grudge. Why? Because there's a God in heaven who sees value and who sees potential and who sees gifting and talent and opportunity. There's a God in heaven who knows all there is to know about you. He knows what shames you. He knows what humiliates you. He knows what torments you. And yet, He still still hasn't changed his mind about you. He still loves you. You see, what you see about yourself and what God sees about you are two different entire things. You see, God thinks you are worth the wait. Now, I'm not minimizing sin or evil behavior here. I'm not justifying, just excusing away wrongdoing. I'm just saying that the God I serve and the God I read about in the Bible, He saw all of that junk in you long before you ever even admitted it to yourself. In fact, God saw all that stuff before you even drew your first breath. You see, it didn't keep Jesus from crawling up onto a cross and shedding his blood for the likes of you and me. When it came time for Jesus to trade his life for your life, he didn't even hesitate. And he knew what a mess you'd be in. He knew what a mess you would make. And he loved you anyhow. And he reached for you anyhow. And he died for you anyhow.